Don't worry about it. Might check out the window.
How did you know that you guys were right for each other?
I'm gonna let you go.
That's a hard question. I don't know. So, okay, I knew.
It ain't hard for me,
Oh,
but go ahead.
that's why you should go first. Okay. Well, I knew that we were right for each other. Well, I knew he was right for me when our summer after our first year of meeting, summer of '07, we ended up basically living together. And then I had to move out because the place we were living was not our place. We ended up just being able to stay there because I had a full-time job at Bank of America and I couldn't take off for the summer. And I didn't have a car at that time. You know, we were young, we were kids. We were broke. So we stayed in a dorm together because our friend, within her place, because her roommate went home for the summer but still had her place. So she let us stay there, but she ended up having to vacate the place, so we had to leave. But, although I left, and he ended up staying with his brother near the campus, we still literally every single day after I got off work, I would go see him, and he would have something ready for me, and we would bond.
We'll have a roll up. We rolled up. And
every single day, no matter what I was, gonna do after, or what he was gonna do after. It was still unspoken. And I just knew, from then on, I couldn't see myself without him in my life.
Ooh, that's deep. She kind of like me. That's deep. For me, it was a little different. I kind of knew she was the one, after we would argue. Because anybody who know me, they know I'm nonchalant with females. I don't argue with no female. If she want to argue, I'm just not finna talk to her no more. So with me and her, it was a back and forth. Verbally combative. I would be trying to, basically trying to state my piece when with other people I wouldn't even care to explain myself. So I kind of knew that she was very special and that I loved her. And even though I had loved her far before I ever told her I loved her, because, I was prideful, being a young man. I was cool, I thought I was a player, a Mac, and all of the above. I really thought, look, we here. I bet you none of y'all thought I'd be married. Let's be honest now. Let's just keep it real. None of y'all thought that I would be the person to get married. And look at me, all stable, and having babies, and getting married, and all of that good stuff. But I'm just saying, earlier on, I was still at war with myself, and being able to conceive being with one woman and being in a monogamous relationship. I really had never seen a successful monogamous relationship growing up. Not in my home, My stepfather and my mother, though, actually, they have a very successful relationship. But the way they got to there, the way they got there was turbulent, because they both were in other relationships with other people that didn't work out. So meaning that they had other monogamous relationships that didn't work out. My father, I ain't gonna down Big Z, because that's my father. You feel me? But he a womanizer, and in reality, everybody thought that we would be like our father. Yes, several kids by several different women. You know, I don't want to bash him because at the same time he be dropping jewels and dropping gems on me, but then he just is a very unconventional man, and you know that affected me, my brother, my sister, all our other siblings, because we have several other siblings. I'm still actually meeting siblings that we just met, but I mean that just contacted me, but getting to the point, it was very like difficult to like just concede, just submit to her, because in the end you got to submit to Kamina, because boy, shit, excuse my language, boy, man, it's hard to deal with her because you know it's her way. You know what I'm saying? And then I like to have my way too. So it's
you
very,
always like to have your way, so don't.
But do I not concede a lot?
And I do too.
Okay, I know.
Okay,
That's why we work.
right.
That's why we work. You know what I'm saying?
So
I'm just,
put it all on me.
I'm getting to the point. You know what I'm saying? It was
That's
difficult.
how you knew.
It was difficult. But like I basically knew. One day I came home to my mom, and you know I think me and Mina was having some trouble or difficulties, and I was telling my mom like, oh no, I'm not gonna be with her no more. And, you know, my mom was like, oh no, I think she the one for you. You know, like, and it was like.
Shout out my mama in love.
Yeah,
she always knew.
It was like something that my mom like told me straight up, like, nah, she the one for you. Like, just like even when I was, you know, at odds and me and Mina wasn't talking, like we had breakups in our relationship where we thought that we would never get back together, you know, and we both tried to see other people, and it just didn't work out with those people because
our heart.
We was like meant to be with each other, you know. And I never forget 2012, I think me and Mina was on the outs, like really like on the outs, like we had this the first time we had moved away from each other, like we moved out of the apartment that we shared together, and we moved into different places, and we separated, but along the way, you know, I always came running back to her, you know, and she ended up pregnant
with EJ,
with little Ezra. So it was I was spending a lot of time in LA. I was doing
being a thought. He was being a thought.
But I was also doing other stuff, illegal activities and stuff like that.
Things he shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah. So yeah, true enough. But I, like usually when I'm home, I'm out all night. You know, a group of dudes that I hang with, we called ourselves the HOB, the Hangout Boys. You know, because we would be out all night, out to the sunrise, doing Lord knows what, Lord knows who. You know, and it just so happens that I was out there a couple weeks in a row and I couldn't do anything. I would just sleep, and I was throwing up and sleeping and throwing up, and I remember my Uncle BJ telling me like, boy, you got somebody pregnant? Like, and then I'm like, nah, you know, I'm sleeping it off, and you know.
And this had been the first time that we went the longest with no communication.
Yeah.
Like I was ignoring every contact, every text message, all his little antics he had on Instagram to try and get my attention. I was ignoring it all. I was living my best life.
But
okay?
she was seeing it though. She was seeing it.
I was seeing it, but I was still having fun.
My mom ended up asking me why I was asleep so much. Like what was wrong? And I was like, I don't know. And it seemed like everybody knew except for me that she was pregnant.
I didn't know.
She didn't know, except for us, you know. But then she what you text me? She texted me like,
I was going out literally Thursday to Sunday,
having
Monday,
fun.
any day I could.
All of that
with the homegirl, with the bestie.
Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to Casey. Because I was trying to keep my mind off of things. Okay, I was trying to live my life, and then I went out, and Rashida, and I was with Rashida actually that Sunday, and then the next day I got sick, for no reason. I thought I had like food poisoning or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then sure enough, took a test, but I didn't tell you yet because I wanted to find out for sure. So I went to the doctor, found out. Then I texted you on that Tuesday, like right in the parking lot. I texted you like, we need to talk.
And I said,
You already knew. No, you didn't say it though. But we met that night.
I was like, I already know you pregnant. I said that. I
told him he already knew.
I said, I already know you pregnant right now. Like, and then
from that night on, he did not leave my side.
Yeah.
Like, ever since.
Yeah, I told her we had to move back in together and everything. And yeah.
Yeah.
That's
how you know it's real.
Yeah. She was the one. I knew it, and I knew that I had to do right by her. I knew that I was gonna take care of my children. I knew that I was gonna take care of her. It was like built in me to make sure that my father's shortcomings allowed me to view myself from how my child would probably view me if I was to not be in his life or be around. So it made me want to be a stand-up individual even more, and it made me want to honor my woman, honor my children, and make sure that I did right by them. So, yeah, that's how. But I knew she was the one probably long before then.